All right, so this is Leslie. I think we're just kind of warming up a little bit. Yeah, we're just warming up here. Um,
This is good, good wrist action. Uh, that's really good racket head speed. Um, yeah, I feel like that's nice. You're sweeping up a lot, so you have like if you notice your balls are having a really natural arc going over the net very well. Um, this looks good. I don't know if you felt good during this session or I don't know.
yeah,
Good.
or my warm-ups always feel kind of like this. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, feels good.
Dude, I mean like one thing is that like you rotate really well. Like this is full rotation, your chest is facing the net and your head's still tracking the ball. The racket head comes with good speed. You're flicking your wrist forward through. So on the forehand side, it looks good. The backhand side, you seem to be, being able to focus your chest towards the fence more. In this case, the side net. Here at Bay Club.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I feel like these natural movements are starting to build and come together a little bit. I don't know if you are focusing a lot or just like taking it easy during the warm up.
Uh, yeah, I think because there's not there's not as much pace. So I have plenty of time to move, set up,
Yeah.
get into a rhythm. Uh,
There's even still like I feel like you're moving well because maybe because the pace is not super high, like you're doing all the things you should be, which by that I mean switch step, taking smaller steps, um, moving all the way around a ball if it came at you in the middle, like you're moving all the way around and getting in good position. Uh, we should start doing to progress like the stages of your forehand and your backhand. So if people are following along very closely, and Lyman is following along himself very closely, like this arm technical motion is getting there. And what I would like to add is like when you're standing like closed stance,
hmm
what I think we want to start adding is like this weight transition, not only front to back, but also from low to high. Like
mm.
just a lot of like ground, like I forgot what the word is. We can like look it up later. It's here somewhere on YouTube. Um, like this transition of energy from the ground, from your foot, and it's rising up through your feet, your legs, and then just up through your body and then into your shot. So this transitional weight movement, I think that's the thing we could work on is like front back to front forward, but also rising from low to high.
Okay, it's like a kinetic chain.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. We're looking to build more kinetic chain movements. Like we want things to look really dynamic. We want no wasted energy because you spend all this time like getting there, and now your forehand, like your arm looks great swinging, right? But we want that to be more efficiently used because if you're just like a caveman to kind of swing your arm, not the most efficient way to play tennis, and also not the most powerful shots. So I think that's kind of like maybe our next step. Something you could do when you're at dad's. So
Yeah, I'm heading there tonight. So
tell him kinetic chain, and he'll be like, "Yeah, for sure."
yeah, he'll give us some martial arts reference
Yeah,
because that's my background. I have a lot of martial arts background, but
yeah.
obviously it's not being applied here in my legs.
No, no. This is like when people are really like stiff. We don't want to be stiff. So.
All right. Okay, we're playing some points here. Um,
Good, interesting shot choice. I like that you're mixing it up. Um, oh my God. Do you guys just playing points or is it like games or
playing games. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I forgot what the game score was here.
Are you able to have like longer points of Leslie, or are they still kind of like
Uh
punchy?
we're starting to get a few this time we were getting more points, but they're typically kind of punchy. Like 2, 3 rallies and depending how it goes. See, it's
Oh,
so,
nice.
but I was able to push him back more this time.
You got a little angry there.
Yeah, it's tough. Like he knows it. It's tough playing Leslie. So if I don't drive the ball hard enough or deep
Yeah.
enough, like he's just crushing those like mid no man's land shots.
I think something that would benefit from you here is like not crushing the ball necessarily, but just getting it deep, right? Because
Yeah,
if you have it deep, that's one thing is that he has to be back. But if you're hitting it like deep and it's got a lot of spin, it's taking a longer time to get to that spot. It also gives you time to like recover and rest a little bit and figure out what you need to do. So, which I think that could come when you start uh you keeping the form that you have now, but also generating some more kinetic energy movements, like just being low to high, applying that onto the ball.
yeah. S- I know I need to do that. Like even though I don't hit it hard, but if I can get a good heavy topspin and deep, it it takes away that shot for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Leslie's also good at redirecting, and so he can take me corner to corner.
Swing Vision didn't register that, but he like served and it landed at the baseline. So, um, as Lyman was talking about directing, shots, well, he's good at directing shots from corner to corner.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he can totally drive drive
Wow. Yeah.
right. So you see that's like the danger zone. If I give him those, it's really bad.
Mm. Yeah, because do you feel like you have to panic to figure out the first one and it doesn't land well and then you're kind of like stuck?
Yeah.
Uh, okay.
So as soon as the ball goes short, yep,
This is good. Okay, so that's the short one.
yeah. And then
Oh.
I take it out wide. Um, Leslie doesn't go towards my backhand as much. But like his favorite shot is that cross court uh do side forehand
Mm,
or down the line.
mm,
So yeah, that he doesn't like that shot. That high or or the super low.
interesting.
So I gotta stop. So that's like his pocket right there that I'm hitting to. And I realize that. And I tend to hit the ball to him more than away from him.
Yeah, I think it is kind of has to be the strategy when you have to figure out a really fast ball and you don't have time to manage it. Like this like four balls that goes back towards him, and this is also going back towards him.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, yikes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
Okay. Yeah,
Just funny moments. But okay, but that's kind of like how I was playing. Um Granted, most people in 4-0 don't hit that kind of pace consistently and right. Um At least that's I don't see it as much.
I would
So
say the way that like Leslie hits, like he hits as hard as a 5-0 person. Like I wasn't super, I had difficulty hitting. Like granted they didn't come back in the court sometimes or a lot, but like he's hitting at a pretty high pace.
okay, so this was my first match. A lot of respect for my opponent. He's 83 years old, has played, I think, over 1,000 tournaments. Um, and he's actually a really good player and very good with that short cross court. Gets the ball back. Um, yeah,
I mean, he's really good. He's
yeah. He
83.
he he predicts exactly where the ball is going to be, and you know he's just a great player. I think if it wasn't for my speed, I might have lost this match. And if you look, my the action on my wrist, like it feels kind of locked. There's some
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It does look locked. Did you? I, jokes like, um, did you watch him hit and then start copying him?
I have a bad habit of coming down to like the wrong pace. Like in my head, I was like, stick to, how I hit, stick to my pace, drive the ball, and I just could not drive the ball. Um, yeah, I couldn't hit, and it was getting frustrating.
One thing that I do recommend for people that go out to tournaments is to warm up a bit because that kind of like thing happens to a lot of people. Like you're not the only one, don't worry. And it kind of just happens because like you haven't hit the ball all morning or all afternoon for people who are playing on Friday, and it's like, oh, so this is how like the first ball that you make in contact with, it's like, oh, that's how tennis is supposed to be and like how you remember it, you know? But if you warm up and you stretch yourself out and you like I don't know if you warmed up for this, but
Zero warm up. Yeah, no warm up because I had to play at 12.
yeah,
So and they were kind of late. Um and yeah, there's no area to warm up, no wall, nothing.
I just don't understand how he's 83. Sorry, anyways.
No,
Um
that's why I've like it's super nice guy. He hits this like nice like down the line winner on the ad side. I was like, man, um, you know, it's I think if he was playing 3-5, he probably would win tournaments for sure.
yeah, he should. That's a nice shot. He should probably bump himself down so he can get more trophies at home.
Oh, he is a 3-5, rated 3-5. So he can
Oh,
play 3-5 if he wanted to, but I think he likes 4-0 more.
I see why. But yeah, you should try to like if you know your friends also signing up for the tournament, like in this case for us it would be like Leslie, like hit before, like make the time, especially if it's the weekend, then there's like no excuses, but just finding like even a wall just to stretch yourself out by like warming up, getting a little sweat in, it helps a lot. Because then okay, that's my rhythm.
Hmm.
There's no doubt, like I know how to hit a big ball versus like and then in the match you just have to figure it out. Like playing versus like if you're cold and you go in and it's like, oh, is that how I've always hit? Well, I guess I'll just stick with that. Um, and then, maybe the second set, then you figure out and you're warm, and then you figure out, oh, that's not how my rhythm of tennis goes. Um, yeah, I see what you mean. Like, it seems like your wrist is locked a lot on both sides, and your ball doesn't land past the service line sometimes.
Yeah, I couldn't hit the ball. But yeah, this guy was, I mean, yeah, he knew exactly where to be. Um, it was it was fun playing with him. It was
Yeah.
frustrating for me though because I was just like I cannot hit the ball. And I'm just having so much trouble.
I think in
As
this, yeah,
no,
yeah.
go ahead.
Oh no, if you're having trouble to just hit the pace, like just think about direction. Like forget the pace. Just focus on placing the ball. Because like one thing is that he is like where he's going to the places where the ball is going to come, but a lot of times the ball also just goes back to him.
Yeah, yeah. But I should have switched strategies. Like, no, I can't hit the ball, so just try to go hit it away. I think I was
Yeah,
trying. It was super windy too, like super windy. You
you
can
can
see the
tell because
cameras like
the
shaking.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's um this is in Berkeley, right?
Yeah,
Uh spring winds are coming. Everyone should be prepared.
yeah. It's windy, and then on the other side, the whole court's like washed out. It's like all white because of the sun. You can't
Oh,
see it on this side, but like I can't see the service line from that side
yeah.
because it just everything looks white.
Mm.
But so I won this match and I played the next guy. He's
Mine still got bullied by the 83-year-old. I met someone today in my cycling club that's 83 next month. And he still spends his Saturday mornings doing like 30 miles of cycling or
wow.
something.
So this match, I I was he knew my back. I was having a lot of trouble with my backhand. I couldn't connect. I kept doing this weird thing with my elbow, um, where it would kind of like chicken wing up, and then I try to hit. I don't know why. I used to
Hmm.
do that a while back, um, and and yeah, he would. This guy's just super consistent. Doesn't hit terribly hard, um, but his direction control is really good. Like he'll go um corner to corner and then eventually what he'll do is he'll attack my backhand.
Hmm. I think um nice. I think one thing is like oh he's also a little older.
Yeah, the 40 plus tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 40 plus tournament. So this guy, I think he won the tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He beat out some guys like really badly. Like I think 1-0, which I was surprised because I was watching them hit and they were hitting big, um, like bigger than him and corner to corner. And but I think he's just a steady, like he'll grind you out.
I mean, I've
Right.
lost to someone who's like 58 or something. Not surprised. Almost lost to someone who's 75 2 years ago. Oh, been
Yeah, I
there.
mean, yeah, I could not serve to save my life. Uh, it was a breakdown of my entire game. No forehand, couldn't hit the angles I wanted. Um, I was able to pull out two games.
I was gonna say the chicken wing thing is fine, but then I realized I take that back. Like having your arm here already and just doing this extension is not optimal. You definitely want to take a full swing and not have a chicken wing super early. Like, from back to front, full swing and extending your forearm, uh, versus just raising up your arm. Insert better backhand here or something. Uh,
Yeah,
the other thing is like if you have a lot of trouble with like hitting through your shots, like I feel like here sometimes like you're taking it at the ball's high point and maybe you could wait a second to let the ball drop a little bit and just breathe. or uh what you seem sometimes really set on sticking at the baseline to hit the ball, you know?
Hmm.
The baseline, like I probably said this 1,000 times before, but like to various people, but the baseline is not, it's just an indicator of whether the ball is in or not, and also where to start your serve. It's not an indicator of where you should be standing to hit the ball.
Okay. Yeah, and he can generate quite a bit of
It was
pop.
a good serve. Like, and a really good return. We could play number, you can play number 20 again like 5 times during the video when you
What?
edit it. That's good.
Why? Oh yeah.
Good serve and then good return. That's good. You have to use your left hand. I can't say it enough. If the more you use your on your backhand, sorry, the more you use your
Uh,
left hand and you butterfly instead of also chicken winging, uh, you have to practice it a bit and work on your core when you do it, but you'll feel a lot better hitting because it'll be a lot smoother. Yeah, like that backhand kind of did it, not bad. Um, sorry, you were gonna say with his pace.
that like he's able to generate some. Oh yeah. Uh, like he hits it deep, so he's just in control the whole time.
I will say you're moving around the court really fast. Like the footwork is really good. I guess you kind of have to keep up with him, but the footwork's really good. Like we can t like the back and forth movement from Lyman, like he's taking more steps. Um, good like first shot, it's finishes the shot, and then leg crosses over, shuffle back. Like I think all of that criteria is being met very well. So I don't know if you felt fast on the court.
Yeah, getting there wasn't the issue. It was everything else. Everything else, I think, yeah, part of it was like I think nerves, where I'm not reading it as well, not paying attention to where I'm at on the court, uh, me
No, no, like yeah.
spacing with the ball.
I was gonna say no, stay up, but can't.
Yeah,
No, no, I think the way when you get to the ball, you're fast. Uh, the yeah, like shot, crossover, shuffle. No crossover there, but that's okay. To return, shuffle, good. Extra steps, yeah, split, good. That was a nice shot. I think that's like, yeah,
yeah, that one. Yeah,
that's tough. But I think those last two are really good. Like we even see some like of this like low to high kinetic chain movement. Um, yeah, we can work on having, you should do some running forehands when you head to dad's tomorrow or Tuesday, the day is today. Nobody knows.
I'll be there Monday morning,
Okay.
so we'll I'm taking the red eye, so it'll be okay. We're gonna have, I think, at least 4 days of training, maybe five
He
or four and a
posted an
half.
ad. So if anybody wants to be a coach, there's a fill out application.
Oh yeah, there's a coaching opportunity at Head Tennis Professionals.
I just looked up. My roof is collapsing. Um, this is
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Do you feel like you wanted to work on anything in particular after coming out of this tournament?
I think with with the wrist bugging me, I think that was a big part of it, and I couldn't generate the shots that I normally would be able to, especially off my serve.
Hmm.
I couldn't get my wrist to turn over fast enough, and the balls didn't have the shape that I want. So, um, yeah, as soon as I let my wrist reset, and it's better now. Like I'm serving fine. Like my tennis is back. So I've been playing with the 4-0 guys, and um yeah, it feels good. It feels fine. I'm looking forward to the next tournament, and as long as I don't do the like regular push-ups, I think I'll be okay. Just gotta stay away from injury.
I want to just point out like you don't have to do 100 push-ups to become a 4-5. Not part of the prescribed regimen.
Yeah.
Um,
Sometimes I do stupid things like that, but it's okay.
Lyman just wanted to bulk this season, not separately from at Chasing for Five. We don't recommend 100 push-ups, but you can do it if you want.
Yeah. Push-ups and tennis don't go well together. If you do want to do push-ups, do use those push-up bars. Um,
Hmm.
Otherwise it's weird. If you look at my wrist, there's this like bump here, and this is like how it normally is, right? And then when I was doing the like regular push-ups like this actually started to protrude even more, and it was hurting. So anytime I would bend back, I would have this entire part of my wrist strain.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and it's a lot like in this area. So I just stopped and it went away.
Okay.
Yeah, and one thing I did as well as I went to the gym and was working out upper body the day before the tournament. So,
Maybe that accounts for a lot of stiffness we're seeing.
yeah, like I was very sore up here. Um, my legs were fine. I didn't do legs, so that usually, yeah, I should have rested instead of did that, or maybe just do some cardio or something.
I will say this later part of this first set, this is your second match to date, right? Yeah.
Yeah, second match to date. I didn't third match, but second singles because I had
Okay.
the 6-7-0, the 7-0 match.
I will say you're starting to flex more on your wrist when you're hitting on your forehand. Like we can see like you're having more take back and racket head speed. So like that looks better from the morning.
Yeah, I think
Right.
I was starting to figure out a little bit more towards the end of this second set. Like I was pushing back a lot more, but I was still having a lot of trouble with my serve, placing the ball a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, I was able to push him a little bit more, but not enough to finish the match. Or
No,
not
I
enough. No, no, not it wasn't enough. I didn't have enough.
I mean either way, it's good to know that like baseline this is how you play. You do have like you're taking the wrist back, taking the racket back, and you're generating racket head speed by flicking your wrist, right? And sweeping the ball correctly. That's good. Um, Serve wise, the thing that we talked about last week, where we're supposed to pause. I don't know if you ever got a chance to do that this week. Well, wait, timeline
Um,
wise,
no. Uh,
that's okay because I
yeah.
did it. Um, and I play with three rackets right now that none of which are like weighted the same or have the same specifications. Kind of a pain, but I have one racket where it's there's more graphite on the head, the top of the head that enough that like I can't calibrate it with my plug that weights rackets. Um so I put more weight just to have it be a training racket. But with that racket I have trouble serving. My point was that I started pausing and holding this trophy motion and getting this elbow down really deep when I was serving and feeling it point down a lot that I was able to like rotate and get the racket correctly rotating and brushing the ball, that my serves were going in better than usual with my correct racket that I normally use. My point being that really like later this week try to fix that pointing feeling, that V when you're training.
Okay.
Like feel like you're trying to elbow bash down somebody, or I don't know, whatever wrestling move people.
Elbow bash. Okay. All right. We have a few minutes if you want to see after this debacle. I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Actually, funny enough, I started hitting with the Head Hawk strings. I wanted to play around with it. Um, I actually, I didn't really like it here, but I played with it yesterday, and I actually did like it. It it's one of the softer strings, and I was able to. What was the feeling? Like you don't really feel what you're hitting, but for some reason, I can also feel like I can control the direction of the ball a little bit better. I'm hitting with it right now. Uh, like my cross courts seem to be a lot more control. I can drive the ball where I want. I was having a little bit trouble on the serve, which
Yeah.
you'll if we get to it, we'll see it. But overall, I kind of like how it felt. It was weird. I played with it all yesterday, and I was able to figure out how to um, get my serve in, and with a little bit more pace, and this random person just runs down our court side of our court to get to the pickleball court. And yeah, I'm gonna play with it a little bit more with da at dad's, but I definitely can't generate as much pace as the Kirschbaum,
You
especially off the
can't.
serve. Cannot.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like I think a 10 mile per hour difference or something like that. Five to 10.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. That should not be the case, because if you does it feel softer than the Kirschbaum or no?
Yeah, it feels softer.
Because if it feels softer, you should like be able to fling the ball out more. Especially as if you increase the racket head speed. But
Maybe I wasn't generating enough. I'm not sure.
I don't know, like play around, like you can try swinging where you're kind of like stiff and you're like a tree, and then try swinging like it's a whip, right? And even if the ball flies out, think about how it feels. Uh, think about like, does it feel faster because of the cushion or something like this? I'm not asking you to blast balls. I'm just asking
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
to change the form a little bit, not like go bazooka. Um, yeah. Well, one other thing was like when you go to the gym, do you have like a recovery plan when you go back to playing tennis from the gym workout? Because you'll be sore the next day, and if you have training the next day, or like how do you prep for your tournaments?
I don't prep. I don't know how to prep. Maybe we could talk about that.
Like,
Before the next tournament.
sounds good. Maybe it'll be next week's episode.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
gonna look for the next tournament and see. But yeah, I was having trouble with serving. Couldn't get, I kept serving into the net. Um,
yeah, try feeling that V, because I felt the also the problem I usually have is that the weight of the racket is not well set, and most of my other rackets are like they're well calibrated compared to each other. By the way, great movement on doubles. Like I think Lyman is covering the court pretty well, and so is his partner. Um, don't look at that one. The way that like I think having that elbow set is like it felt like there was the weight of the racket was together with my arm, and it wasn't sloppy, and the my body weight and the weight of the racket and how I wanted to swing through the ball and flex my racket as I make contact, it felt very good. It felt like I knew where the racket was going to be. It didn't feel like it was sloppy, and I had no idea. Like my body weight was in the same rhythm going up. If when I pointed my elbow down, it felt like the both weights of the racket and my body as I was loading and jumping out to hit the serve felt together.
Hmm. Okay.
Which is
Well,
something we talked about. Like Lyman's weight needs to be moving together as a unit.
yeah, I'm still doing that. I'm like this way.
Yeah, yeah. Cue clip from last time. By the way, so we've been having this doubles play in the background. What's the doubles situation?
Just so our opponents used to be they're 3-5s. One used to be a 4-0. I feel like their Eric is probably a 4-0. And he'll probably get bumped up this year, next year. He he's a good player. Played him in the doubles tournament, so you saw a little bit of him there. Uh, I've RC I've never played with before. Has good serves, good ground strokes. Um, Eric has really good hands at the net. He can drop if necessary. Um, Morgan didn't play much last year, so I think that's why he got bumped down. Uh,
When you get bumped up and bumped down, does it happen like at the end of every year, more or less, or like, can you be bumped in the middle of the season?
you can if you're self-rated.
Oh, like in the middle of the year,
Yeah,
like it.
if you're like over like just crushing everybody, then you could get bumped up.
Oh, but otherwise, it has to happen like in December.
Yeah, ratings come in December. So I switched to the Kirschbaum uh to play around with the serve, and yeah, definitely more pace, more action.
Is Eric your partner right now or no?
No, RC is my partner.
Okay. You should look at footage of him serving because I think wait, did you guys just switch now?
Yeah, yeah, we did
Oh.
kind of a rotation. Yeah, RC has a great serve. His act like
He has a good serve and he's tall and it like is a really good weapon. You can kind of tell like maybe put a footage of him where he's on this side. Uh
yeah.
but like one thing that he does is kind of like the also like has like this weight, this coordination thing. Like if you watch carefully his serve, like his body comes down a lot faster sometimes than his arm.
Uh
But as I say that, his body starts and goes forward first, but then his arm kind of swings and swings much faster than his body. So it actually moves past his body. And not like physically, yes, that's supposed to happen, but in terms of like how weight is being distributed and pulled through as you serve, his he then like shoots forward. So it's kind of like if he did like if his arm went forward and his body went back, which is like it's supposed to be together. So there is like another discoordination of weight transfer situation. His serve's good though. Not saying it's bad, but yeah, I don't know. If you go look at it closely later, it's very interesting.
yeah. I like to serve motion.
Yeah. No, he has a good serve. Um, but yeah, how tall is he?
Uh, it's probably like 5'10", 5'11", I think. I don't know.
Oh, he's not like 6'3".
No, no, no.
By the way, where are you playing?
Bait Club, Broadway.
Oh, the one next to the highway.
Yeah.
I always wondered what it looked like inside.
Yeah. It's just a giant hangar.
It's not what I thought it was.
Oh, that
I
was
thought
good
the
surf.
courts would be arranged the other direction. Nice. Nice shot. You're moving well here again. I think it's good court coverage. No, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
felt pretty good. I got a couple poaches. Um, I was able to kind of predict a little bit better where the ball's going. Overall, I felt really good about playing that day. I
Hmm.
was hitting like my returns were a lot better. Uh, well, and then sometimes I'll do stuff like that, but ah, that was just me being lazy. Well, finishing up, the one thing I felt like I did really well playing here and the other and yesterday was my returns actually. I was able to hit really good returns cross court. Uh, and the cross court rallies I was able to do okay on.
I would agree with that. There's like when you're going like cross court and having to go repeated cross court, it seems like you're getting to the ball really well. Um, so it was just it looks nice. It's good movement. You're getting like across, setting your feet well. You don't seem off balance. So yeah, good stuff. Little by little.
Yeah, it's a long process, right? So I can't um it's just it's one of those things where, a little improvement over time and just trying to find ways to get better and practice, practice, practice. Don't put too much pressure on myself. I'm not trying to go to Wimbledon. Okay.
You could go to Wimbledon, just not play at
Yeah,
Wimbledon.
yeah.
Well, you can. I think there's like a plus 55 men's division.
Yeah, I think there are some some stuff you could probably get into, but well, anyways, this is our episode today. There's no set drills. I mean, there's a couple things Bryce is gonna write some things that I should work on while I'm training for 5 days next week. And yeah, stay tuned for those episodes to come out. It should be a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Like, follow, comment, and yeah, we would love to hear from you guys. Bye.